Okay, so welcome to this video again. So we are still under week 1, and then we are still doing arrays and for loops statements, then its application in social network analysis. Okay, so this is part 2. So we recently talked about arrays and for loops in C++, application in social network analysis. And then we did question 1, where we discussed about number of lines in social network analysis and how we can display this number of lines and some few concepts of social network analysis. So today we are going to continue with arrays and for loops. Then we are going to discuss about Nodal Degrees. So the question is coming from the 2024 test 1 by Mr. Monga. So write a C++ program which would capture all the Nodal degrees into an array. Okay, your program should then display the Nodal degrees indicating the node name. Example output: the Nodal degree for node 1 is 7. Okay, so before we start, we need to understand some few concepts. So Nodal degrees, Nodal is coming from the word node or actor, so more like an entity in a network. That's a node. So Nodal degree is more like connectivity, how nodes or how actors are connected in a network. Okay, so Nodal degrees can be either in degrees or out degrees. So I won't explain more about that, but I'll give you the way Nodal degrees truly work. So based on this sociogram we had in question 1, so if we are concentrating on the actor, which is N1, Alison, we can see that Alison is connected to two actors, which is Sarah and Rose. So the Nodal degree for Alison is 2. Okay, is 2 because Alison is connected to two entities in a network, or two nodes in a network. No wonder if you can see here they are showing that N1 was Alison is having 2. The Nodal degree for Alison is 2 because Alison was connected to two entities in a network. Okay, then we come to N2, who is Drew. So Drew is only connected to Elliot, so no wonder we only have one link. It's just connected to only Elliot, so meaning the Nodal degree for N2 is 1. So we come to the next node, who is N3, who is Drew. Again, Drew is connected, or Elliot. Again, Elliot is connected to Drew using one link. So again, it's 1. This is the one you see. Okay. Then we have this node, which is N4. So N4 is Kate. So Kate is giving out 2 links, 1, 2. So its Nodal degree or connectivity is 2. And they are seeing 2. Now we have N5, who is Rose. So Rose is connected to 3 entities. If you count the links, it's 1, 2, and 3. So its connectivity or Nodal degree is 3. Then lastly, we have N6, who is Sarah. So Sarah is giving out 3 links, 1, 2, and 3. No wonder her Nodal degree is 3. So by now you understand what's the meaning for Nodal degree. Okay, so they're saying the degree of a node such as this actor may be obtained by counting the number of lines incident with it. So incident, it's more like next to it. Okay, so once we count those lines which is connected to it or linked to it, it means that we will know the nodal degree like we did in that example, which was this. Okay, so I'm just trying to explain these concepts before we start C++ because it's necessary to know the concept behind something before you do it. Okay, but they don't really give these. They give you a question whereby you find the nodal degrees, then you write a C++ program. So go into details about these topics when I start creating tutorial videos for this particular course, which is social network analysis. So I'll read out the question again. Write a C++ program which will capture all nodal degrees into an array. Your program should then display the nodal degree indicating the node name. Example output. The nodal degree for the node is 7. So by now we know when they say output, you're talking about Cout. So Cout will say the nodal degree for whatsoever is whatsoever based on these degrees. Okay, so step 1, we said right click, then go new, create a folder. So since we're talking about nodal degrees, we just say nodal degree. So that's our folder for today. Then open up Microsoft Visual Studio Code. So if you are using code blocks, you can still follow up what we are doing, no problem. So click on open folder, and then we add the desktop, the nodal degrees, that's our folder. So say select folder, and then say yes. So we need to create a new file for C++. So for this one, I'll say, since we're talking about nodal degrees, I'll say nodal degree. Okay, let me just do this. Nodal degree .cpp C++. So you can see it's a C++ extension. So we start now. So we said each and every program should start with hashtag include iostream. Okay, again I'll give a reason why, because we want to include the library which accepts both input and output. So the input is cin, output is cout. Okay, then we are also using this standard, which is namespace standard. So why using the namespace standard? Because we want to make sure our program is accepting cin, cout, endline, and so on. So those are the standards that are part of the STD. So each and every program should have a main function, which is a type of an integer. Then it's a main function. So each and every function, the syntax is like this. We return something, but we return based on the type. So in this case, a 0 is also an integer. Okay. Now let's start following up our question. So the question is saying write a C++ program which will capture all nodal degrees into an array. Okay. So number 1, we need to understand how many nodal degrees do we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So since we have 6 total number of degrees, nodal degrees, we say variable storing the degrees of nodal degrees. Okay, so since these degrees have numbers such as 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, so it means these are also integers. So say int, then we'll say num for number, then degrees, okay, or degree. So number of degrees, we are saying there are 6, so we are saying equal to 6, but you can call this variable whatever you want. So we have total number of 6 nodal degrees. Then remember, we are following up the question. So we have nodes such as n1, n2, n3, n4, n5, and n6. So these are not integers, so we need to use a string to store those particular values for nodes. So you'll say string storing the value of a node. Okay, so this program will be similar with the recent one we had, because we use the same syntax or format. So here we say string. So we're using a string because we want to capture all those nodes into this string to store them. Okay, so say string, since we're talking about nodes, we'll say node. Okay, nodes, I'll say node. Then a string works more like an array. Once you give it a name, you specify the elements. Since we have 6 elements, but 6 elements is equals to num degree, so just say num then degree. So num degree, we are more like saying we have total number of what? 6 nodes. Since the nodes the degrees are 6, and this node should give out a certain degree, which are the 6 of them in total. So we have 6 elements. So we say equal, then these curly braces. Now let's see how many nodes we have. I know there are 6. No, we are saying 6. So we have n1, n2, n3, n4, n5, and n6. So those are the number of elements we have. So we are going to use these comments because they are not integers. n1, comma, n2, comma, n3, comma, n4, comma, n5, and last 3, comma, n6. And then we do this once we are done. Okay, so as you can see, we have this string which is storing the nodes, which are the 6 of them based on this. Then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 nodes or elements which are being stored in this string. Okay, then now the question was saying write a C++ program which will capture all nodal degrees into an array. So we need to use an array, but that array we are going to store these nodal degree values such as 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, and 2. But since we are starting with n1, n2, n3, n4, n5, and n6 based on our string, the value is supposed to go like 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3 to correspond to their particular node. Okay, so we are going to create an array now. We say array, so array storing the nodal degree. Okay, so since those are numbers such as 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, so those are numbers, we'll say int. Okay, the name of our array, since we're talking about nodal degrees, we'll say nodal degree to make this unique. Then how many nodal degrees do we have? We have 6. Remember, we had this variable which is num degree to store the total number of 6 nodal degrees. So those are the number of elements, which are 6 of them. We'll say num then degree. So if you can remember, we talked about this, the basics for an array. It has the type, which is an integer in this case, then name, which is nodal degree, then the number of elements. So I'm not putting 6 because 6 is also equal to num degree, so there's nothing new here. Then just say curly braces like that. Then remember the values we have 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, like that. We are done. So if you can see, since we are saying num degree is equal to 6, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and n1, the position is corresponding to 2, and n2 to 1, n3 to 1, n4 to 2, n5 to 3, n6 to 3. Based on this data, we have n1 2, n2 1, n3 1, n4 2, n5 3, n6 3. Yeah, so once we understand this, now we need to use a for loop that will display the nodal degree for each node. So here we use a for loop to automate the task. Instead of using an array and its position, say cout node, then we say, let me say 0, because the position for 0 is 1. Then again we say nodal degree, again we say in the position 0 to be equal to 2 to correspond to this. No, yes, we can do that, but here we'll just say we'll use a for loop to automate our task. For int I, because we need the variable which is going to do the work to automate and store a particular value. In this case, we are using I. So since we have 6 nodal degrees or 6 total number of elements, we're going to start at 0, or you can start at 1 if you want. So if we start at 0, we can go up to 5, because from 0 to 5 there are 6 numbers. So if you start at 1, you go up to 6. So that's if you're using numbers. So for me, I just say I is equal to 0, I is less than num degree. Why? Because I can say I is less than or equal to 5, because 5 will be this value of 6 if I'm starting at 0. But I can say I is less than num degree, because I know num degree is equal to 6. So it's more like I is less than or equal to 6. That's the meaning. So in this case, you understand I plus plus. Okay, we are incrementing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then now we'll say cout. So what are we printing or displaying? We give a comment. So it's saying example output, the nodal degree for node. So follow that, we'll say the nodal degree for node. Now here they are saying 1 for node 1. So 1 is just an example, but in our case the nodes are this. So say cout the nodal degree for node. So instead of saying 1, we're going to specify node, because node is containing these nodes. So say node, then here the elements are 6 because of this, but won't say 6 because we want to be incrementing, so we are going to say I. Okay? Meaning if I'm saying the nodal degree, the nodal degree for node I, if the position is 0 to say 1 in n1, so it will be the nodal degree for n1, you get the point. Then here it's saying is. Okay. So we come here now, we say, we give a comment is now is what? For example, is 7. So 7, that's the nodal degree. So the nodal degrees for us, these are the nodal degrees, but the name is nodal degree. So say nodal degree. Now, since the nodal degrees are 6 of them, based on this, we cannot say 6 or whatsoever. I'll just say I for the elements. Why? Because once I've given an example here, when you say the nodal degree for node, when we say node I can be anything starting at 0, less than 6, less than or equal to what? This value. So here we say the nodal degree for, if the value is 0, the nodal degree for n1, okay, is, now since this value has these values, we'll say if it's for n1, you say is 2. So if it's for n2, say the nodal degree for n2 is 1. So that's the meaning. So Control S to save this program. Then go on terminal, new terminal, and then let's just wait. So we say G++, the name of our program, which is nodal degree.cpp, say nodal degree.cpp, then -o for output file name. So since we're talking about nodal degrees, I just say nodal degree or degrees, enter. So to run that, since we have this file created, which is nodal degree or degrees, say nodal degrees.exe. So it's saying the nodal degree for n1 is 2. The nodal degree for n2 is 1. The nodal degree for n3 is 1. The nodal degree for node n4 is 2. The nodal degree for node n5 is 3. The nodal degree for node n6 is 3. So the works have been automated because of that particular what for loop and the arrays and strings we have used based on this. I'm sure you now get the concept. So during the online classes, I'll be also using like simpler ways to understand these things, but I'm using this concept so that you get used to what's supposed to be done, not just doing things more simpler because you don't want to put in more effort. No, we are going to stick to this, but for those who have some issues, we are going to show you now you can use those same basics we learned and apply them, but you're still using the basics. It's just that you need to adapt. Okay, so that's it for this particular video, which was part 2. So so the codes are provided for you, you can use those. So this one was a simple one. So up next, we are going to talk about arrays and for loops, adjacent matrix, insertion network analysis, and answer this question 3. So that's our next question. So for this one, we are going to use 2 methods on how to do this. So no wonder you are seeing these 2 slides with 2 codes. This is another method and this is another method. then we'll be done. So thank you for watching. My name's Soko James. See you in another video. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, and also subscribe to my personal channel, which is listed under the tutors for this channel. So my name is Soko James, representing KMU Cyber Security Tutorials. Thank you for signing up for this particular CYS tutorial online classes for 2024-2025. Thanks.